It's almost 5:05. I think I'm a minute early. And we're going to read from Stephen Mitchell's Poetic. I want to say translation, but it's actually more than a translation. He gives such a deep and poetic rendering that it's less of a translation and more of a, I don't know. I don't know the right word that I'm looking for. It's too early to search for words. So we'll just get right to the reading. This is chapter 7 today. And chapter 7 deals with wisdom and realization. We're going to start with verse 25, all the way to 30. Veiled in my mystery and power, I am not perceived by most men. Their deluded minds cannot see me, the unborn, the changeless, the undying. I know all beings who have passed, and all who live now, Arjuna, and all who are yet to be, but I am beyond all knowing. All beings are born to ignorance, ruled by aversion and craving. This, Arjuna, is the primal duality that keeps them bound. But when a man is released from dualities, he can act purely without attachment and can serve me with all his heart. Those who take refuge in me, striving for release from old age and death, knowing absolute freedom and the self and the nature of action. Those who know me and the nature of beings, of gods, and of worship are always with me in spirit, even at the hour of their death. Chapter 7, right at the end. It ends with verse 30. What struck me, as mentioned before, that I always have the Bhagavad Gita near. It's part of my rotation of bedtime reading. It's the words that I want to take with me into the subconsciousness of sleep. And once a year or so, I dive in a more in-depth reading, sometimes twice a year. Different versions. I always come back to Stephen Mitchell's version. All beings are born in ignorance, ruled by aversion and craving, which is part of the psychology of yoga. That our ignorance, the fact that we don't know that we are ruled by our aversions and by our craving, that's what's called the kleshas in yogic psychology. And just once we know, just reading the words from the Bhagavad Gita, we now know that they're present, that every choice that we've made through life is based upon our aversions, or based upon our attachments, or based upon our fear of death and of not knowing who we truly are. Those are the 4 kleshas, with the 5th klesha being ignorance itself, that we don't know that we are ignorant of all these. Once we see that, once we bring that light of awareness, we start gaining freedom. We talk about free will. We don't have free will until we see that we are ruled by those aversions and attachments and our fear and our misbelief that we are just or merely a personality. Letting all of that go, only then do we gain any true free will. It's the realization that we are not the doer, and yet everything gets done, as it says in the Tao Te Ching, as well as the Bhagavad Gita. With that, guys, we're going to head out. I got just A little bit more writing to do, and then I'm going to go out for my walk. I'm missing one word for my morning writing. I don't know what that word is yet, but it'll come to me. It always does. Our friend Eric Lapointe is here. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate you joining me. You guys have a good day. Good morning. I'll see everyone later. Take care, my friends.